Hey everyone, this is Chris with Music in Minnesota. I'm here with Jauz. So yeah, we'll just start off right off the bat. So can you explain your musical writing process and how does you take a song idea and turn it into a final product?
Woof. I don't know how much of a process there really is.
Yeah.
It's kind of just me banging my head against the wall for, however long it takes. Honestly, most of the songs that I write that come out really dope really happen in the span of 1 to 4 hours.
Okay.
After that, it could take weeks to get it to
just that,
feel right.
Yeah, but that initial meat and bones of the song.
Yeah, so it's normally whether it's a remix or an original or whatever, if I work on it for more than a couple hours and I just can't get it, I just fucking toss it in the trash can.
Okay.
And normally it's fine, but something like the Baby Shark remix, right? Where it's I kind of dug my own grave there, where it was I had to do that shit.
Right.
You know, there was no oh, well, it's not working out, so I'll just forget about it.
Exactly, yeah.
A lot of people would have been pissed. So every now and then I can push through and finally make something work, but 9 times out of 10, it's it either happens or it doesn't.
Okay.
And the only cool thing about something like the Baby Shark remix is I made so many different versions that didn't feel right for that song, but those all turned into separate songs on their own. So even projects that don't get finished, I can always end up turning into something else, and kind of reusing and recycling ideas that didn't work in one situation, but I'll save them and then I'm writing something else. I'm oh, you know what, this would probably work there. That's how Feel the Volume happened.
Yeah.
Is I wrote the intro for it. I was this is stupid. So I kind of put it in my whatever folder, and then I wrote the drop for Feel the Volume, and I was oh, how do I make an intro for this? And I literally dragged and dropped the intro that I had written, 3 weeks prior, and I was
there you go.
Yeah, that whole song took me an hour to write. It was great.
And how did Sandstorm kind of fit into Baby Shark and everything?
So I just Baby Shark it's kind of and I don't mean this in a bad way, but it's kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
So I was how can I amp up the cheese level? And I figured out that the key of Baby Shark musically was the same key as Sandstorm. And I was how fucking stupid would it be if I just used the doot and turned it into Sandstorm? And I just tried it and it worked so well.
Oh yeah, it was perfect. I was
I
this totally lost it.
Yeah, it's Coachella crack, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was perfect.
Awesome. Transitioning to that, so describe feeling playing such an amazing set. What I assume was your first Coachella?
Yeah. I never been here before.
Yeah. What's next for you and your brand then after this?
We have a lot in the works. We're kind of staying out of the States a bit this year. We're only doing Coachella, a couple other festivals, not doing too many shows in the States this year. I'll be in Europe a lot, Asia a lot. But I'm just trying to put out as much music as I can this year. I played a lot of new shit at Coachella both weekends. So we got a lot of stuff, in the kitchen. Just trying to get all of that out, write as much music as I can, and then trying to put together the next big bad boy tour.
All right. So
the stage that we had at Coachella is the V1 of what we're going to bring to the tour. So we wanted to, have that be the grand reveal, So when the tour comes around, you can expect that, but we're trying to figure out how we can make it even bigger and badder than it was here.
Awesome. Speaking of tours, actually, the next question. So you recently went to China for a tour and everything. So how was that experience with a global tour, and how is the Chinese EDM scene, right? And it's kind of funny. I actually saw your Instagram, your name Jauz and everything.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it means dumpling.
Yeah, Jauz. Yeah, very close. Yeah. So
So when I'm in China, when I tour in China, there's always a person that comes with us who's a translator.
Yeah.
More or less. They're almost like a tour manager, but they come with just to kind of bridge that gap, you know what I mean? And so when Crystal, our homegirl, who is our translator, would text with promoters in China, she would use a dumpling emoji instead of a shark. Because if she sent them a shark, they would have no idea who the fuck she was talking about.
Right.
But if she uses the dumpling, they're all oh, Jauz. All right, cool. I'm with you. Touring in China is crazy, man.
Yeah.
Every club you play is the gnarliest fucking, like, they're all like $5 million mega clubs, and then you play dubstep and the kids are like riding the rails and like headbang. It is the most out there experience ever, but it's great. Like, it's cool. It's so cool to get to be kind of on that like forefront of helping bring electronic music to all these kids who have, like, you know, they're just getting into it. So it's really cool, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm half Chinese, so like
Cool.
I had just like experience with that and everything, and the mega clubs and everything
Yeah,
out there.
it's so nuts.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like you hit Shanghai, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god, just absolutely wild. All right. So if you could go back to your younger self and tell yourself one thing, what would that be?
Keep doing what you're doing, and just don't worry about it, because it all worked out in the end. If I had to go back and do everything the same way I did, make the same mistakes and whatever, I would do it, because I'm here. I just played fucking Coachella.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like, what else? Like, everything happens for a reason. I'm a firm believer in that. So, I mean, have there been shitty times? Like, of course, but like, you need that to get to where
get
you're
some
going.
perspective.
Yeah,
What's
exactly.
good.
If everything worked out perfectly, then like nothing would like feel like enough. You know what I mean? Which, I mean, it's still the case. Like, you know, you play Coachella and you're like, all right, cool, what's next? Like, how can we go bigger? How can we do better? How can we like do more? But yeah, I would just tell myself to just do you.
All right, and one last question. Do you have any advice for artists trying to find success like yourself?
Stop trying to find success.
Okay.
Because if you're trying to find success and you're trying to find an avenue and you're like, oh, if I make this kind of music, if I do this with my brand, if I do that, it's never going to work. The only reason people become successful, especially now, is just by doing whatever the fuck they feel like doing. And if it resonates naturally with other people, they'll gravitate to it like fucking hotcakes, man. I mean, look at Rez, look at Illenium, look at anyone out there who's sprung up in the last couple years. They didn't follow a formula. They didn't try to do what was already happening. Like, they did whatever they felt like doing, and it clicked. And that's why people attached to it.
Thanks for your time, man.
Thank you, man.
Appreciate it, Sam.